Picture this scenario. It's 3 in the morning and you're sleeping peacefully when suddenly, without any warning, a sharp, excruciating pain shoots through your calf muscle like a lightning bolt. The pain is so intense that it jolts you awake, leaving you gasping and clutching your leg in agony. You try to stretch, you try to massage the area, but the muscle feels like it's locked in a vice grip that just won't release. Sound familiar? If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone in this midnight torture. What you just experienced is called a nocturnal leg cramp, and if you're over 50, the chances are that this scenario has played out in your bedroom far too many times. These aren't just minor inconveniences that you can brush off and forget about. These are violent muscle contractions that can leave you limping for days, afraid to go to sleep, and wondering if something serious is wrong with your body. Here's what most people don't realize about nighttime leg cramps. They're not random. They're not just bad luck. They're not something you have to accept as an inevitable part of aging. These painful episodes are your body's desperate cry for help, a warning signal that something fundamental is out of balance in your system. And the truly frightening part is that these cramps often get worse over time if left untreated. Think about it this way. Your muscles are like finely tuned instruments in an orchestra. When everything is in harmony, they work together seamlessly, allowing you to walk, climb stairs, and move through your day with ease. But when certain elements fall out of tune, the entire symphony becomes a cacophony of pain and dysfunction. Those midnight leg cramps are like a violin string snapping in the middle of a beautiful melody, creating a jarring, painful interruption that affects the entire performance. Most doctors will tell you that leg cramps are just a normal part of getting older, something you should learn to live with. They might suggest stretching or drinking more water, but they rarely address the deeper, more complex factors that are actually causing these painful episodes. What they don't tell you is that there are specific, scientifically backed changes you can make that will not only reduce the frequency of these cramps, but can eliminate them entirely from your life. Today, I'm going to share with you 7 simple but powerful changes that have helped thousands of people over 50 finally break free from the cycle of nighttime leg cramps. These aren't complicated medical procedures or expensive treatments. These are practical, everyday adjustments that you can start implementing tonight, and many people see results within just a few days. But before we dive into these life-changing solutions, I need you to understand something crucial about what's really happening in your body when these cramps strike. Most people think leg cramps are just about dehydration or lack of stretching, but the truth is far more complex and, frankly, more concerning than most realize. When you experience a nighttime leg cramp, what's actually happening is that your muscle fibers are receiving conflicting signals from your nervous system. It's like having a traffic light that's showing green and red at the same time. Your muscle doesn't know whether to contract or relax, so it gets stuck in a painful, sustained contraction that can last anywhere from a few seconds to several agonizing minutes. This confusion in your nervous system doesn't happen in isolation. It's the result of multiple factors that compound over time, creating the perfect storm for these painful episodes. Poor circulation means your muscles aren't getting the oxygen and nutrients they need. Mineral imbalances disrupt the electrical signals that control muscle function. Medication side effects can interfere with normal muscle physiology. Sleep position problems can compress nerves and blood vessels. Dehydration affects the concentration of electrolytes in your system. Each of these factors might seem minor on its own, but when they combine, they create a cascade of problems that culminate in those midnight episodes that leave you writhing in pain. It's like a house of cards, where removing just one card can cause the entire structure to collapse. The good news is that by addressing these underlying factors systematically, you can rebuild a strong foundation that prevents these painful episodes from occurring. What makes this even more important is understanding the long-term consequences of untreated nighttime leg cramps. Beyond the immediate pain and sleep disruption, these episodes can lead to a fear of sleep, chronic fatigue, increased fall risk due to weakened muscles, and a general decline in quality of life. Some people become so afraid of experiencing another cramp that they avoid physical activity altogether, which actually makes the problem worse by further weakening their muscles and reducing circulation. The 7 changes I'm about to share with you address each of these underlying factors in a comprehensive way. They're based on the latest research in muscle physiology, sleep medicine, and nutritional science. More importantly, they've been tested by real people dealing with real nighttime leg cramps, and the results have been consistently remarkable. Before we continue, I want to know that you're with me on this journey toward pain-free nights. If you've been struggling with nighttime leg cramps and you're ready to take action to solve this problem once and for all, type the number 1 in the comments below. If you're just browsing and not sure if this applies to you, type 0. Your engagement helps me understand who I'm talking to and how I can better serve this community. Also, if you find value in what I'm sharing today, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This channel is dedicated to providing practical, science-based solutions for the health challenges that people over 50 face every day. When you subscribe, you're joining a community of people who refuse to accept declining health as an inevitable part of aging. I also want to encourage you to share this video with anyone you know who might be struggling with nighttime leg cramps. These solutions work, and the more people who know about them, the fewer people will have to suffer through those painful midnight episodes. Let's start with the first change. And this one might surprise you because it's not what most people think when they hear about hydration and leg cramps. Most people believe that drinking more water will solve their cramping problem, but the truth is more nuanced and, frankly, more important than simple water consumption. The real issue isn't just about the amount of water you're drinking, it's about when you're drinking it, what you're drinking with it, and how your body is actually processing and retaining that fluid. Think of your body like a garden. You can pour water on dried, compacted soil all day long, but if the soil can't absorb and retain that water, your plants will still wither and die. Here's what happens in your body when you become dehydrated, even mildly. Your blood becomes more concentrated, which means it doesn't flow as easily through your small blood vessels. This reduced circulation means your muscles receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients, while toxic waste products build up in the muscle tissue. When waste products accumulate, they irritate the muscle fibers and make them more likely to spasm. But here's the critical part that most people miss. Dehydration doesn't just affect the amount of fluid in your system. It affects the concentration of electrolytes that are essential for proper muscle function. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium work together like a carefully balanced chemical equation. When water levels drop, this equation gets thrown off, and your muscles start receiving mixed signals about when to contract and when to relax. The strategic approach to hydration involves 3 key components. First, you need to drink water consistently throughout the day rather than trying to catch up with large amounts in the evening. Think of it like watering a plant. A steady, gentle stream is much more effective than dumping a bucket of water on it once a day. Second, you need to pay attention to what you're losing through normal daily activities. If you're taking medications like diuretics, if you're drinking caffeine, if you're spending time in air conditioning or heating, or if you're doing any physical activity, you're losing more fluid than you might realize. These losses need to be replaced systematically, not just when you feel thirsty. Third, and this is crucial, you need to optimize your body's retention of the fluid you're consuming. This means including natural electrolytes in your hydration routine. A pinch of sea salt in your water, a slice of lemon, or a small amount of coconut water can dramatically improve how well your body absorbs and retains the fluid you're drinking. The timing of your hydration is also critical for preventing nighttime leg cramps. Many people make the mistake of drinking large amounts of water right before bed, thinking this will prevent cramps. But what actually happens is that your kidneys work overtime to process this excess fluid, which can actually lead to electrolyte imbalances and more cramping. Instead, focus on consistent hydration throughout the day, with your last significant fluid intake being about 2 hours before bedtime. The second change involves addressing what might be the most overlooked factor in nighttime leg cramps: magnesium deficiency. If there was a single mineral that could be called the anti-cramp mineral, magnesium would win that title hands down. Yet studies show that up to 60% of adults over 50 are deficient in this crucial nutrient. Here's why magnesium is so important for preventing leg cramps. Think of magnesium as the relaxation mineral. While calcium tells your muscles to contract, magnesium tells them to relax. When you don't have enough magnesium in your system, it's like having a car with a gas pedal but no brakes. Your muscles can contract, but they have trouble releasing that contraction, leading to those painful, sustained cramps. But magnesium's role goes even deeper than simple muscle relaxation. This mineral is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, including the production of energy in your muscle cells, the regulation of your nervous system, and the maintenance of proper heart rhythm. When you're magnesium deficient, multiple systems start to malfunction, creating the perfect conditions for nighttime leg cramps. The challenge with magnesium deficiency is that it's often invisible until it becomes severe. Unlike some other nutrient deficiencies that show obvious symptoms early on, magnesium deficiency creeps up slowly. You might notice increased stress, difficulty sleeping, muscle twitches, or fatigue. But these symptoms are often attributed to other causes or simply dismissed as normal signs of aging. What makes this deficiency even more common is that modern life seems designed to deplete our magnesium stores. Stress increases magnesium requirements. Alcohol depletes magnesium. Many medications, including proton pump inhibitors and diuretics, interfere with magnesium absorption. Even our food supply contains less magnesium than it did decades ago due to soil depletion and processing methods. The solution involves both increasing your magnesium intake and improving your body's ability to absorb and utilize this crucial mineral. Dietary sources of magnesium include dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes. But here's the important part. You need to consume these foods regularly and in adequate amounts to make a difference. For many people over 50, dietary sources alone aren't enough to overcome years of depletion and increased needs. This is where supplementation becomes important, but not all magnesium supplements are created equal. Magnesium oxide, which is common in many drugstore supplements, is poorly absorbed and can cause digestive upset. Better forms include magnesium glycinate, magnesium malate, or magnesium threonate, which are more easily absorbed and less likely to cause stomach problems. The timing of magnesium supplementation can also impact its effectiveness for preventing nighttime leg cramps. Taking magnesium about an hour before bedtime can help relax your muscles and nervous system, preparing your body for restful sleep while reducing the likelihood of cramping episodes. The third change focuses on something that happens while you're unconscious, but has a huge impact on whether you wake up with leg cramps: your sleep position and circulation. Most people never consider how their sleeping habits might be contributing to their nighttime leg cramps. But the position of your body during sleep can either promote healthy circulation or create the perfect conditions for muscle cramping. Think about what happens to your circulation when you sleep. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops, and gravity affects how blood flows through your body. If you're sleeping in positions that further restrict circulation, you're creating areas of poor blood flow that can trigger muscle cramps. It's like trying to water a garden with a kinked hose. Some areas get plenty of water while others become parched and dysfunctional. One of the biggest culprits is sleeping on your stomach with your feet pointed downward. This position puts your calf muscles in a shortened position for hours at a time, making them more prone to cramping when they try to lengthen. Additionally, this position can compress blood vessels and reduce circulation to your lower legs. Sleeping on your back with heavy blankets pressing down on your feet can create a similar problem. The weight of the blankets forces your feet into a pointed position, shortening your calf muscles and setting the stage for cramps. Many people don't realize that something as simple as their bedding choice can contribute to their nighttime pain. The solution involves making strategic adjustments to your sleep environment and position. If you're a stomach sleeper, try transitioning to sleeping on your side with a pillow between your knees. This position maintains better spinal alignment while allowing for improved circulation to your legs. If you must sleep on your stomach, consider placing a thin pillow under your ankles to keep your feet in a more neutral position. For back sleepers, the key is preventing your feet from being forced into a pointed position. You can do this by using a footboard, placing a pillow at the foot of your bed to keep blankets off your feet, or simply ensuring that your blankets are loose enough around your feet to allow natural positioning. Another important consideration is the height of your legs during sleep. Elevating your legs slightly can improve circulation and reduce the pooling of blood that can contribute to cramping. This doesn't mean you need to sleep with your legs dramatically elevated. Even a small pillow under your calves can make a significant difference. Temperature also plays a role in circulation and muscle function during sleep. Muscles that become too cold are more prone to cramping, while overheating can lead to dehydration and electrolyte imbalances. The ideal sleep environment maintains a consistent, moderate temperature that allows your body's natural temperature regulation to function optimally. The fourth change involves taking a critical look at the medications you're taking and understanding how they might be contributing to your nighttime leg cramps. This is perhaps one of the most overlooked factors, yet it's incredibly common among people over 50 who are more likely to be taking multiple medications. Many commonly prescribed medications can interfere with muscle function, electrolyte balance, or circulation in ways that increase the risk of leg cramps. The frustrating part is that these side effects are often not discussed when the medications are prescribed, leaving people to suffer with cramps without realizing the connection. Diuretics, commonly called water pills, are one of the biggest culprits. These medications are often prescribed for high blood pressure or heart conditions, and while they're effective for their intended purpose, they can cause significant electrolyte imbalances. When you lose excess fluid through increased urination, you're also losing crucial minerals like potassium, magnesium, and sodium that are essential for proper muscle function. Statins, which are widely prescribed for cholesterol management, can also contribute to muscle problems, including nighttime cramps. These medications can interfere with the production of coenzyme Q10, a compound that's essential for muscle energy production. Without adequate CoQ10, muscles become more prone to fatigue, weakness, and cramping. Blood pressure medications, particularly ACE inhibitors and beta blockers, can affect circulation and potassium levels in ways that increase cramping risk. Proton pump inhibitors, used for acid reflux, can interfere with the absorption of magnesium and other minerals over time. Even some antidepressants and sleep medications can affect muscle function and electrolyte balance. The solution isn't necessarily to stop taking important medications, but rather to work with your healthcare provider to understand the potential side effects and take steps to mitigate them. This might involve monitoring your electrolyte levels more closely, adjusting dosages, switching to alternative medications with fewer muscle-related side effects, or adding supplements to counteract the depleting effects of certain drugs. It's also important to review all medications periodically with your doctor to ensure that each one is still necessary and beneficial. Sometimes medications that were started years ago may no longer be needed, or there may be newer alternatives with fewer side effects. This review process becomes even more important as you age and your body's ability to process medications changes. If you're taking medications that are known to deplete certain nutrients, being proactive about replacing those nutrients can prevent problems before they start. For example, if you're taking diuretics, working with your doctor to monitor and maintain proper potassium and magnesium levels can prevent the muscle cramps that often accompany these medications. The fifth change addresses the delicate balance of physical activity that's crucial for preventing nighttime leg cramps. This is where many people get caught in a frustrating cycle. They experience leg cramps, so they reduce their activity to avoid triggering more cramps. But this reduction in activity actually makes the cramping worse over time. Here's what happens when you don't move your muscles regularly. Blood circulation decreases, muscle fibers become less flexible, and the intricate network of blood vessels that supply your muscles starts to become less efficient. It's like a river that starts to develop stagnant pools when the water doesn't flow regularly. These stagnant areas become breeding grounds for problems. On the other hand, excessive or inappropriate exercise can also trigger leg cramps, especially if you're not used to intense physical activity or if you're exercising in ways that don't support healthy muscle function. The key is finding the sweet spot of activity that promotes circulation and muscle health without causing strain or exhaustion. Regular, moderate walking is one of the most effective activities for preventing nighttime leg cramps. When you walk, you're activating the muscle pump mechanism in your calves, which helps push blood back toward your heart and prevents the pooling that can contribute to cramping. Even a gentle 15 to 20-minute walk each day can make a significant difference in your circulation and muscle health. Stretching is another crucial component, but it needs to be done correctly and consistently. Many people make the mistake of only stretching when they feel tight or after they've experienced a cramp, but preventive stretching, done regularly throughout the day, is much more effective. Focus on gentle stretches for your calves, hamstrings, and feet, holding each stretch for at least 30 seconds to allow the muscle fibers to properly lengthen. Water-based exercises can be particularly beneficial for people who experience frequent leg cramps. The buoyancy of water reduces stress on your joints, while the pressure of the water provides a gentle compression that can improve circulation. Swimming, water walking, or even simple movements in a pool can provide excellent muscle conditioning without the impact stress of land-based activities. Strength training, when done appropriately, can also help prevent leg cramps by improving muscle endurance and circulation. But the key word here is appropriately. This doesn't mean lifting heavy weights or doing intense workouts. Simple resistance exercises using your body weight, light weights, or resistance bands can strengthen your muscles without causing the fatigue that can trigger cramping. The timing of your physical activity can also impact your risk of nighttime leg cramps. Intense exercise right before bedtime can interfere with your body's natural cool-down process and may increase the risk of cramping. However, gentle stretching or light movement in the evening can help prepare your muscles for rest and reduce cramping risk. The sixth change involves adopting an anti-inflammatory approach to nutrition that supports healthy muscle function and reduces the underlying inflammation that can contribute to muscle cramping. Many people don't realize that chronic, low-level inflammation in the body can make muscles more prone to cramping and slower to recover from strain. Inflammation is like a slow-burning fire in your body. You might not always feel it or see obvious symptoms, but it's constantly creating an environment where normal physiological processes become disrupted. When your muscles are operating in an inflammatory environment, they become more sensitive to triggers that might normally not cause problems. Certain foods are known to promote inflammation in the body, and reducing these foods can have a significant impact on muscle health. Processed foods high in sugar, refined carbohydrates, and unhealthy fats create inflammatory compounds that circulate throughout your body, affecting everything from your cardiovascular system to your muscle tissue. Trans fats, found in many processed and fried foods, are particularly problematic. These artificial fats not only promote inflammation, but can also interfere with the absorption of essential fatty acids that are important for muscle health. Similarly, excessive sugar consumption can lead to glycation, a process where sugar molecules bind to proteins and create inflammatory compounds. On the flip side, certain foods have powerful anti-inflammatory properties that can help create an environment where your muscles function optimally. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide omega-3 fatty acids that are potent natural anti-inflammatory compounds. These healthy fats help reduce the production of inflammatory molecules while supporting healthy cell membrane function in your muscle tissue. Colorful fruits and vegetables provide antioxidants and phytonutrients that help combat inflammation and oxidative stress. Berries, leafy greens, bell peppers, and other brightly colored produce contain compounds that can help reduce muscle inflammation and support recovery. The key is variety and consistency. Eating a wide range of these foods regularly provides a broad spectrum of protective compounds. Spices and herbs can also play a significant role in reducing inflammation. Turmeric, with its active compound curcumin, has been extensively studied for its anti-inflammatory properties. Ginger, garlic, and other common herbs and spices contain compounds that can help reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in muscle tissue. Adequate protein intake is also crucial for muscle health and cramping prevention. As we age, our protein needs actually increase, but many people consume less protein over time. High-quality protein sources provide the amino acids necessary for muscle repair and maintenance, helping to keep your muscles strong and resilient. Hydration through nutrient-rich foods can also contribute to cramping prevention. Foods with high water content like watermelon, cucumber, and soups provide hydration along with vitamins and minerals that support muscle function. This approach to hydration is often more effective than relying solely on plain water. The seventh and final change addresses two interconnected factors that have a profound impact on nighttime leg cramps: stress management and sleep quality. The relationship between stress, sleep, and muscle cramps creates a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break without addressing all three components together. Chronic stress affects your body in ways that directly contribute to muscle cramping. When you're under stress, your body produces elevated levels of cortisol and other stress hormones. These hormones can interfere with mineral absorption, increase muscle tension, and disrupt the normal electrical signals that control muscle function. It's like having static on a radio frequency. The messages get garbled and confused. Stress also affects your breathing patterns, often leading to shallow, rapid breathing that can alter the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in your blood. This altered balance can affect muscle function and increase the likelihood of cramping. Additionally, stress often leads to physical tension, particularly in the neck, shoulders, and legs, creating areas of chronic muscle tightness that are more prone to cramping. Sleep quality and stress are intimately connected, and both have direct impacts on muscle health. Poor sleep leads to increased stress hormones, while high stress levels make it difficult to achieve restorative sleep. When you don't get adequate deep sleep, your muscles don't have the opportunity to properly repair and regenerate, making them more vulnerable to cramping episodes. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, which is essential for muscle repair and maintenance. If you're not getting enough deep sleep, or if your sleep is frequently interrupted, this repair process is compromised. Over time, this can lead to muscles that are more prone to fatigue, weakness, and cramping. The solution involves creating a comprehensive approach to stress management and sleep hygiene that supports optimal muscle health. Relaxation techniques like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or meditation can help reduce overall stress levels and prepare your body for restful sleep. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of relaxation practice before bedtime can make a significant difference. Creating a sleep environment that promotes deep, restorative sleep is crucial. This means keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, avoiding screens for at least an hour before bedtime, and establishing a consistent sleep schedule. Your body's natural circadian rhythms play a role in muscle function, and maintaining regular sleep patterns helps keep these rhythms synchronized. Managing daytime stress through regular relaxation practices, physical activity, and healthy coping strategies can reduce the overall stress load on your body and improve your sleep quality. This might include practices like yoga, tai chi, journaling, or spending time in nature. The key is finding stress management techniques that you enjoy and can maintain consistently. Now that we've covered the 7 changes that can eliminate nighttime leg cramps from your life, let's talk about how to implement these changes in a practical, sustainable way. The key to success is not trying to change everything at once, but rather implementing these changes gradually and systematically. Start with the changes that feel most manageable and relevant to your situation. If you suspect dehydration might be contributing to your cramps, begin with strategic hydration. If you're taking medications that might be involved, schedule a medication review with your healthcare provider. The important thing is to start somewhere and build momentum. Create a simple tracking system to monitor your progress. Keep a brief log of when cramps occur, what you ate that day, how much you moved, your stress levels, and your sleep quality. This information can help you identify patterns and see which changes are having the most impact for your specific situation. Consider working with healthcare professionals who can support your efforts. A registered dietitian can help you develop an anti-inflammatory eating plan. A physical therapist can guide you in appropriate exercises and stretching routines. Your primary care physician can review your medications and monitor relevant lab values like magnesium and potassium levels. Remember that some changes may take time to show results. While some people notice improvements within a few days, others may need several weeks to see significant changes. This is normal and doesn't mean the changes aren't working. Your body needs time to restore proper mineral balances, improve circulation, and adapt to new habits. As we come to the end of our journey together today, I want you to understand something important. You don't have to accept nighttime leg cramps as an inevitable part of getting older. These painful episodes are not a life sentence, and you have more control over them than you might have realized. The 7 changes we've discussed today aren't just theoretical concepts. They're practical, proven strategies that have helped thousands of people reclaim their nights and their sleep. Every person who has successfully eliminated leg cramps from their life started exactly where you are right now, looking for answers and hoping for relief. Your journey toward pain-free nights starts with a single step, a single change, a single decision to take control of your health. Whether you begin with improving your hydration, addressing a magnesium deficiency, or simply changing your sleep position, you're moving in the right direction. I want to hear from you about your experience with these changes. Share your story in the comments below. Let us know which change you're going to implement first and come back to update us on your progress. Your success story could be the encouragement someone else needs to start their own journey toward better health. If this video has provided value to you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you know who might be struggling with nighttime leg cramps. Knowledge has the power to transform lives, but only when it's shared and acted upon. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest health information that can improve your quality of life. We're building a community of people who refuse to accept declining health as inevitable, and your participation makes this community stronger. Remember, every night that you go to sleep without fear of painful cramps is a victory. Every morning that you wake up refreshed and pain-free is a gift. The tools to achieve this are now in your hands. The question is, what will you do with them? Your journey toward pain-free nights begins tonight. Sweet dreams, and here's to your health.